March always means the unveiling of the spring theme at Bellagio Conservatory. This one spoke to me big time. It's all wrapped around music.
So get ready, because this adventure starts right now.
So, let's get parked at Bellagio and get right to it. This world-class resort is in its 28th year already, but it sure wears it well. Bellagio still looks gorgeous. The vases in the lobby are explosions of spring color in shades of pink and yellow. And the alcove behind the front desk adds a bit of purple to the mix. All right, no crowds, it's just sunrise, and I hear they're playing a symphony in the conservatory. We can't wait to see this. Just for context, this was 1 week ago on March 9th. The transformation was well underway, having started over the weekend. Several of the bigger elements were already in place, and a lot of folks in hard hats were bringing this set of plans to life. At first glance, we thought the theme was stained glass, but that's just a small part of it. We will enter via the North Walkway because here's where the theme is announced: Springtime Symphony, with its subtitle Music in Motion. We'll see how that theme is carried out as we explore each of the beds. Now, as I mentioned, it was just past sunrise and the entire conservatory is cast in a pinky lavender glow. As the sun rises higher, the light will change, of course. Springtime Symphony comes to us as always from the conservatory's art director and designer, Ed Libby. After looking at all the footage, I just have to say this one is meant to be enjoyed slowly. There is so much to take in. The centerpiece of the north bed is Bella the ballerina, backed by flower-draped arches. The screen behind her depicts fields of spring blooms stretched toward a distant horizon. This figure is exquisite, and so is the music box she is perched on. We love the golden key setting the music and the dancer in motion. The scroll tells us what the theme represents. For centuries, stained glass windows told stories through art. Springtime Symphony continues this tradition, transforming each garden into a living celebration of spring. We welcome you to our enchanting world where stained glass, whimsical sculptures, and energized music boxes bring this symphony to life. And on the left side of the bed, we always welcome the hummingbirds with their gem-sparkled wings back to the spring display. Moving counterclockwise around the room, the west bed is a symphony of bright color for spring 2026. In the center, a glowing Fabergé egg with the look of stained glass. Inside it are flowers and butterflies, bringing to mind transformation and wonder. To the left, a first at Bellagio, a stained glass window telling stories of fairy castles and butterflies. And 2 more lavishly decorated eggs. The eggs are decorated with gemstones, easier to notice from the side view here. On the right side, a boat laden with flowers. And the garden table. We'll see more of that in just a minute. And underneath it all, life-giving water and waterfalls making their own unique music. This may be one of the most stunning versions of the garden table that Bellagio has ever done. It reminds me of an old European chapel with its patina and faux stained glass windows. Outside, it's decked in climbing roses. And inside, it's ready for you to enjoy a one-of-a-kind brunch from Sadelle's. When we were here yesterday, there was a party doing just that. Around the back of the west bed, there is just as much detail as in the front. The garden table. The iridescent glow on that egg. And the storytelling on the stained glass window. The art piece in the corner is an interesting tie-in to our musical theme. This is Bruno Mars done in roses, promoting the kickoff to his The Romantic Tour at Allegiant Stadium next month. Moving over to the south bed, here's where we find the carousel that has enchanted everybody who's seen it. The early morning pink-tinted light just sets off the whole scene, doesn't it? Think about it. What a wonder to build such a beautiful structure to be displayed for just 2 months. I really hope we see this again in the future. The detail is exquisite. At the base is the ever-present water bubbling joyfully. And to the right, the second pair of our enduring hummingbirds. Finally, we arrive at the east bed with those familiar larger-than-life daffodils anchoring the design at the back and at the front. In the middle is a people-sized golden bird cage. This thing is just as spectacular as the garden table. Wow! Let's go in and have a look around. This is the back view. And down the front towards the lobby. The helpful placards always tell us to look up, where we see songbirds and butterflies adding their own natural music to the soundtrack.
I told Dale I had to do the next part because for me, it's always about the plants and flowers. The smell in the conservatory this week was indescribable, mostly due to those swaths of hyacinths in the beds. But just look at the variety of spring blooms in here. So many tulips, and how I love those striped hybrids. Daffodils, of course. Lots of hydrangeas, paired with colorful kalanchoe. And I love the surprising addition of foxglove and snapdragons. By the way, as always, there is a tie-in candle called Music Box Dancer, a symphony of peach, grapefruit, white currant, passion flower, iris, and sandalwood. Those of us who visit this garden year after year see a lot of recurring elements, and that's a good thing. We welcome fresh new settings for the beloved hummingbirds, the birds, the butterflies, and those oversized daffodils. Let me wrap this up by acknowledging the skilled craftspeople who brought this vision, or should I say this melody, to life. One of the placards in the beds tells us perhaps the most important message of all. A garden this magical didn't happen by chance. It followed a rhythm, one composed long before the first bloom. Every color, every fragrance, every moment of wonder is a note arranged, waiting to be heard. One of the reasons I absolutely love being in the conservatory before 7 in the morning is being able to watch the horticulture team work its magic. Fixing the foliage inside the birdcage, replacing the carnations in the pansy, and here they are doing wholesale replacement of plant pots literally 4 days after the exhibit opened. This technician is adjusting the height of the water fountains in the north bed so they don't splash water out where the guests are walking. I love this place.
Ditto. I love this place as well. As I said before, Bellagio has been setting the standard since 1998. Springtime Symphony continues until May 15th.
The Bellagio Conservatory, my gosh, I think this was one of the most beautiful ones they've ever put out.
I have to agree.
Yeah.
I was so dazzled. I love the structures they built. They're just exquisite. And the flowers, the smells, it was just incredible in there. I want to go back.
All right. Hope you had a good time. We'll see you next time.
Bye,
Bye-bye,
everyone.
everybody.